No single draft law which has guaranteed support from the majority even. And it takes efforts for initiators or parties to work with the others, to convince them and so on. So finally we are getting united opposition in the parliament and not very much united majority in the parliament. This is quite the opposite what we had before. Fragmented one-man opposition and strong majority. Again, well, it's not something which should be saluted only. We all need to be very careful not to cross the line in these internal debates. But on the other hand, without such situation, I don't know how to make it happen that these 150 members in the parliament are members of the parliament, not just member number 62, which just pushes the button when voting comes. So this multi-party democracy, which is the number one stone in political philosophy of the party I represent, and I'm very glad, very lucky to see that the leader of the coalition, Mr. Ivanishvili, has this vision as well. And that was the, again, number one item in our coalition agreement when we met, and he invited us, Republicans and Free Democrats, and later 3 other parties, that it was his idea as well. And if that was not his idea, probably we Republicans could not join the coalition, that he is not forming one party. And he is not seeking the momentum when all the parties will become parts of his new party and so on. I remember a different story from 2004 parliamentary elections. The elections which happened after the presidential elections of January 2004. Then Saakashvili was elected president. The old parliament, which worked until 2003, was still functional. And because of deal between the leaders then, Saakashvili, Joania, Burjanadze and others, the results of 2003 parliamentary elections were cancelled only partly in the part of the proportional elections, and majoritarian elections were declared as valid. Therefore, in April, there were parliamentary elections to elect only proportional part of the parliament. Probably these details are not very interesting, but as soon as Saakashvili became the president, he told to his coalition members, including Republican Party, that for that 2004 April elections, he was not willing to have any coalition, electoral bloc. And he said, just join my party, the door is open. That's why then Zurab Joania abolished his party, and the team, Joania's team, entered to the national movement. We Republicans refused to do that. And finally we cancelled our electoral legislation, and some of our leaders still were on the list of national movement, but as people who were not running in these elections with their own party. It's a complicated technical issue. So Saakashvili's vision was that if you are with me, come here and take this structure, hierarchy, and let's go. All the others are enemies, the continuation of some communist Komsomol mentality or Kremlin-led or whatever. Ivanishvili's approach is different, although sometimes probably not perfect. When he says that he wants to leave soon politics, but by the time he leaves, he wants to see multi-party system functioning. However, and this is the part where his vision probably is not perfect according to the views of some people. He believes that it should be, or it could be, coalition member parties who will form future political spectrum. Some of us will go to the opposition, some will stay in the government, and probably a few others can do that job from those who are not in the parliament at the moment and so on. I don't know what will happen in the future, and the political parties and their future or their plans are very complicated business, but this is the reality, and multi-party functioning of the coalition with its difficulties, with its problems, but still developing, and I hope it will happen eventually. The constitutional issues, after 2010, after October 2013, the model which will become effective does shift power from the president to the prime minister. But it also weakens parliament in some areas, and mainly parliament vis-à-vis the government prime minister. And well, I myself have explanation why that happened and what was the reason or goal of those amendments in 2010, why the prime minister was created as quite and probably too powerful person constitutionally. But that's the fact. For example, according to that new model, when new government is formed, how it happens, the leader of the majority in the parliament nominates the the future prime minister, or the president nominates from that group. Prime minister, and we are joking about that. If we live with that constitution, what is the situation? There's a prime minister nominated. Prime minister brings to Kutaisi 17 persons, ministers, and the parliament votes for all of them. Parliament approves the cabinet. Prime minister plus 17 ministers. But after 5 minutes from that moment, prime minister can change everybody in his cabinet. All 17 members could be dismissed and new ministers appointed. And there is no need to go back and ask parliament if parliament agrees to that. So we are joking that in real life it could happen like this, that the prime minister could keep real cabinet somewhere in Rikoti, in Jargwali or some other nice place, while going to Kutaisi. Bring different people there, we vote, they come back, the real cabinet from Jargwali comes to Tbilisi, and the old one just continues some party there, and nothing will happen. So, in normal models, you cannot find something like this. Of course, there are models when prime minister is appointed, and then he is free to choose his cabinet. But in those models, there is no such farce as approving the whole cabinet, which can be dismissed after one day. If Parliament wanted to dismiss the cabinet, the existing with the Prime Minister, the model suggests this so-called constructive vote, when Parliament nominates alternative Prime Minister and votes for that, and if that new Prime Minister is approved, that means that the old one is dismissed. So there's no such thing as dismissal of the government, and only after that starting thinking who should become Prime Minister. But the problem is that for appointing of that new Prime Minister, 60% of majority in the Parliament is requested. So 50%, which is normal decision maker in such cases, is not enough. And then there are lengthy procedures which allows Prime Minister and the President, if they are friends, to disregard the Parliament quite effectively, not to allow even with this 60% majority any change. So there are these kind of things which we are facing the dilemma. We cannot make fundamental constitutional reform until the presidential elections. The enactment of this model is tied to the inauguration ceremony of the president, which will be elected in October. After that, any change in the constitution will require instead of 2/3 majority, 3/4 majority to amend that model in the future. Now 100 votes are enough, and in the future it will be 114. So we face this dilemma to amend the constitution in hurry now in certain things and improve it, and plus together in parallel to that to set up State Constitutional Commission which will prepare fundamental reform of the constitution. We will see. At the same time, the support of the current minority on that very issue to remove 3/4 requirement for changing the constitution is not likely. So they prefer to have 114 votes necessary for amendment than 100 votes, because then they have influence, as things are now. So there are many these kind of things and issues which we believe should be dealt on the constitutional level, but in the meantime there are a number of things. Today the law on courts, or the amendment to the court law, was published, and from today the process is started. The Conference of Judges will be called most likely on June 2nd or June 9th, when they will elect their representatives to the Council of Justice. On June 12th, 14th, we will do the same from our side. The Parliament will elect 6 persons in the Council of Justice, and that's something much expected change. We have other important laws in the Parliament, but probably I should stop here and allow some questions, right?
Thank you.